Next comes the adverse effects, and the first adverse effect is potassium wasting. So they are also going to promote potassium loss from the body. So whenever we are using them, we should keep an eye on the potassium levels, and we should give potassium in diet or in supplements to counteract this adverse effect. Next is effect on pH, and they will cause metabolic acidosis. Why? Because they are causing bicarbonate excretion from the body. Now another important thing to keep in mind is that this bicarbonate excretion in the renal tubules, it is self-limiting, but it will not be self-limiting when we are talking about the eye or we are talking about the brain. So they are going to affect the pH of the blood, they will cause bicarbonate wasting, and they will cause metabolic acidosis. Next is paresthesia, that certain patients might encounter paresthesias, numbness, tingling sensations when they are using carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, particularly for a longer period of time. And another important adverse effect is drowsiness, that they will cause drowsiness or confusion or altered sensorium like condition in certain patients. So whenever we are using carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, so we should be very cautious while we are operating some machinery or we are driving any vehicle. So we can be made drowsy by these medications, so this should be kept in mind. This is an important adverse effect. Next is renal stones, because they are causing alkalinization of the urine. Urine is being rendered alkaline, so this will cause precipitation of calcium salts and renal stone formation. So they should not be given to the patients who are already having the renal stone problem. Next is hypersensitivity, because they are sulfonamides, so some patients might be allergic to sulfonamides and they can have rashes, urticaria, angioedema, or very serious fatal anaphylactic shock even. So they should not be given to the patients who have reported hypersensitivities to sulfonamides. So the adverse effects are major 2 are potassium wasting and metabolic acidosis. Some patients might encounter paresthesia or drowsiness, and they should not be given to the patients who are having renal stones and hypersensitivity already. Next are the contraindications, and first is hepatic impairment. So what happens that whenever there are patients who are having liver cirrhosis or end stage liver disease, they excrete out ammonia in the form of ammonium ion in their urine. And what happens if the carbonic anhydrase inhibitors are given? They are all causing alkalinization of the urine. So this ammonia will not get excrete out, and this ammonia will not convert into ammonium ion. It will be reabsorbed. It will lead to hyperammonemia, and this hyperammonemia, it can lead to hepatic encephalopathy in such patients. So never give carbonic anhydrase inhibitors to the patients who are having hepatic impairment or liver disease. Next is hypersensitivity to sulfonamides. So if the patient is having hypersensitivity to any of the sulfonamide drug, carbonic anhydrase should not be given, because they are also sulfonamide derivatives and they can lead to serious allergic reactions in such patients. Next is electrolyte imbalance, because they are causing sodium excretion, potassium excretion, bicarbonate excretion, acidosis. So any patient who is already having such electrolyte problems like acidosis or hyponatremia or hypokalemia, that should not be given these drugs, because they will deteriorate the condition, they will further aggravate the condition. So this was all about the contraindications and the which are for this group of drugs. So in this lecture we have seen the carbonic anhydrase inhibitors in detail, and all the aspects have been discussed. Hope you find this video useful. Thanks for watching.